Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 43 of the Giant Zone. You've got your co-host, of course. You got Steve, the banker,
Good evening.
and you've got yours truly, Fly Guy Carl. Tonight, we're joined by JC from JC Sports Talk down in Philadelphia. Well, he's in Maryland, but he's a Philadelphia Eagles content creator. So, JC, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, look, hey, I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you for reaching out, man. You know, look, I love collabing with NFC East content creators, man. It's all love at the end of the day. So definitely appreciate y'all for bringing me on your platform. I love talking football, NFC East, it doesn't matter. And look, if you like talking football, sports, that's why my name is JC Sports Talk, not JC Eagles Talk. It used to be JC Eagles Talk, but hey, why limit myself? So definitely check me out on YouTube, JC Sports Talk, and also on Twitter, JC Sports Talk 20, and follow me on IG, JC Sports Talk. For even off season, I still bring on Giants, Cowboys. It doesn't matter. I had Rams, 49ers throughout the whole off season, talk draft, talk everything. So definitely want to tune in. And look, if you're an Eagles fan, man, watching this right now, of course, hey, go check these guys out, man. You know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, brotherly love is for real. No matter what people be thinking about the Eagle fans, man, we show love to everybody. So don't make me turn out to be a liar. Go check out these guys, man. Giant Zone, man. Yo, they are putting in that work. And as we all know, content creating is not easy. It takes time away from your friends, your family, your job. So definitely, man, go show them some love, man. Hey, on Twitter, on their YouTube channel, and whatever other platform that we are about to talk about.
I'm going to hand the mic right back to you, but I just got to say, I'm loving JC's energy. We all know what Giants fans think of Philly fans and vice versa. JC, you're winning hearts and minds, man. I love the energy. So back to you, Carl.
And before we get into the show, just going to remind everybody and ask everybody, please, you can see us on YouTube. You can download us on all major podcast platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also, if you can give us 5-star ratings on all of our podcasts, once you download them, we really appreciate the help and support, and just helps us continue to bring you more good content. So given that, JC, give us a little background about yourself. How'd you become an Eagles fan?
Look, I grew up in South Jersey. I spent a bulk of my time in Trenton, and then moved to Mount Holly, Mount Laurel around middle school time. And look, as we all know, if you're from Jersey, North Jersey, are Giants fan, and then South Jersey are Eagles fan. That's it. There's no Jets involved. Get rid of them Jets, man. You know what I mean? There's no Jets involved. It's either Giants or the Eagles. That's it. So, growing up, going through high school, I didn't see a lot of Giants fans, and me being a hardcore sports guy, sports was a way to get away from everyday life. Just growing up and just watching football, watching McNabb and Syracuse, and then just follow him to the Philadelphia Eagles, B-Dog, Andy Reid, Ray Rhodes. Jim Johnson, the great Jim Johnson. All that made me fall in love with football, man. Brian Dawkins, as you can see back there, my favorite player of all times. I love his energy. He be going to church on Sunday, but at the church, boy, he's one of those guys. If he's mic'd up, he was like, there's no way this guy came from church. He talking about knocking people's heads off, taking their souls from them. Boy, I'm telling you right now, I fell in love with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I've been an Eagle fan for so long, and we finally got over the hump in 2017-18 season and won the Super Bowl. I cried, grown man crying, man, because I am one of the few that actually watched my team win the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure y'all have too. Y'all probably seen 2 of them. And I don't know how old y'all. Ooh, you see 4? Good. Both of y'all see 4.
Goodbye.
We saw 5. We won 4.
Oh man, hey, lucky for y'all, man. Yo, I saw 2. But 1-1. That's all I gotta say. But definitely, man, the Philadelphia, I bleed green. There's no better team out there, in my opinion, than the Philadelphia Eagles. The fans, the passionate fans out there. So, I embody the Philadelphia Eagles fan, you know, passionate, but still show that love, that brotherly love. So ever since then, I've been an Eagles fan for a long time. So
And what do you do? Do you have anything special you do on game day?
yeah, absolutely. I do the play-by-play for every Philadelphia Eagle game day. You know what I mean? That is my way of saying thank you for subscribing to my channel. And a lot of people can't watch the game. You know, a lot of people are in different countries or in different state that the game is not showing. So I'm lucky enough to, you know, to be able to watch the game. So I do play-by-play for every Philadelphia Eagles game, unless I'm at the game. But besides that, I definitely do play-by-play, and I do play-by-play for other teams also, not only for Philadelphia Eagles. I'm doing the play-by-play for this upcoming Thursday night game, maybe the Sunday night game. I just love talking football, no matter what team is playing. If it's on prime time, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing the play-by-play for that team or for that game.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Interesting. So let's get into it. So you got one loss on the season so far. You're having a really good season. So you've got to be pleased with where you're at. Are you surprised that you're this good and how things have gone so far?
Look, my record prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles was 12-5. 12-5 because last year we won 9 games, you know, with some bad coaching, not the right players on this team. So the minimum, if the Philadelphia Eagles would have won 9 games this upcoming season, somebody had to get fired. So my prediction was 12-5 for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I'm not going to sit here and say I saw 11-1 coming. But throughout the season, I updated my resume. You know what I mean? Hey, watching this team play game after game, week after week, watching the, you know, the coaching, Jalen Hurts growth. Definitely, I have the Eagles going 14-3. Would that be good enough, you know, to lock the #1 seed? But I didn't expect the Cowboys to be this good and the Vikings to be this good. So right now, 14-3 might not even be good enough to lock down the #1 seed. But yeah, I'm surprised the way the season is going so far, but not like, you know, shocked and say, oh my God, how does this happen? You know what I mean? Look, they have a good offense, a good defense. The addition of A.J. Brown was everything. You know, adding A.J. Brown, a Pro Bowl, young wide receiver to go along with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, the sky was the limit for this offense. You know, it was the defensive scheme that Jonathan Gannon last year, he claimed he didn't have the right players. We went out. Thank you for Bradbury, by the way. Pro Bowl, he's going to the Pro Bowl. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But thank you for James Bradbury, man. I'm telling you right now, he's the #1 shutdown corner in the NFL. Passer rating, look, do not throw his way, and Slate is #3. That's amazing to have 2 top 3 shutdown corners on the Philadelphia Eagles. So definitely, as the season went on, I'm like, wow, we could do something. Man, this team could be special. I mean, like 2017, 18 special. But I'm not going to go there yet. But definitely, there's something brewing in Philadelphia. And we have a top 5 draft pick right now from the Saints. So who knows?
Steve, what do you? I got nothing, Steve. What do you got?
CJ, unbeknownst to you, I love that you left off. That's the perfect segue. The fact that you just said, and we got a top. So for everybody watching and listening, what did he just say? You said, and we got a top 5 pick. Thank you, the Saints. Perfect segue, because here's what I was going to say. As all of our listeners know, and Carl knows, I love doing my research, and I love digging deep and getting a little granular with statistics and numbers, but not for the sake of it. I like looking for statistics or numbers or trends or history that makes people think, like thought-provoking, like, wow. But I didn't do that today. I did not need to do a ton of research, not when you got a team that you're playing who's 11-1. But here's what I found out. Here's my thoughts, my opinions. And I know I'm going to stop short after just a few, and you could keep going, and that's okay. I get it. You're a smart guy and you're a passionate fan. So you got the best GM in football, in my opinion. That's inarguable. And what he's done is not just, first of all, it speaks to Carl and I and how we are truly old school in the 80s, 90s, the way football used to be played. I still tell all my friends, stop. It's all these young people, especially, we need these wide receivers. I'm like, wide receivers aren't going to do anything if you don't protect the quarterback. Well, the quarterback runs, great, and watch him get hurt. Offensive line and defensive line, Howie Roseman, you got the best GM in football. He understood, build it from the trenches out.
Correct.
You don't go get Stephon Diggs and you don't go get AJ Brown until you've done all that. Otherwise, you're where the Giants were a number of years ago when we had OBJ, and what difference does it make? I mean, the Giants' offense was still pitiful. So you got the best GM in football. I think you have the best all-around offensive line in football. I don't think they're the best run blocking. I don't think they're the best pass blocking, but I think they're the best combination we can see in the NFL of both. So you have the best GM. I think you got the best offensive line in football. You got a back who's taking the third-year leap. Nobody expected it, not to the extent. And it doesn't matter how many toys he has. You still got to get the job done. And his deep throw passing, unbelievable. It's so tempting for a guy like that to just run constantly, and he's taking advantage. You have a dynamic wide receiver group, obviously. And you have, perhaps more important than that, though, I think you have the deepest roster in football. I don't think you're very deep in wide receiver, for example, but nobody's going to be deep at every spot. You guys are deep everywhere else practically. And that's so impressive because even when Dallas Goedert goes down or injuries. So here's my question. All that being said, how did you guys lose to Washington? Is there, we just had one of the great Washington podcasts on. We're so fortunate to have them on, and shout out to them. If you want to hook up with them, it might be great if you guys don't already know each other. The Burgundy Zone, smart, easy to talk to, knowledgeable, passionate like you are. So, obviously they were pumped about their win against you guys. I've read the papers and whatever, but I want to hear it from you. Why do you think, and do you think it could happen again, or why do you think it won't happen again? Is there a recipe there?
You see, funny you had to mention Washington because I was at that game. Awesome. I went to Philly, had a great, awesome tailgate, was pumped about it. I'm like, man, Monday Night Football, woo, let's get it. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they came out a little cocky. They came out, with a blemished record. They were playing at home. They think they could have just went out there and just play without execution. It was a blessing in disguise, though. I'm glad we lost to Washington, and I keep telling people that because us losing to Washington showed Howie Roseman that this team still had flaws. You still had to go out and made, some adjustment, especially on that defensive line. We went out. We lost to Washington. AJ Brown, he kind of that pass that Jalen Hurts threw him, he kind of bounced off his arm and then into the guy's hand. Like that doesn't happen. That does not happen. Dallas Goedert, a face mask, he fumbled and now, end up injuring his shoulder. Mistakes after mistakes was happening and we still had a chance. Quez Watkins, deep bomb down. He got it. Decided to get up, trying to get extra yards, fumble. So we had the worst game against Washington and we still had a chance at the end to win. But, I'm kind of glad we lost because just like AJ Brown said, the undefeated talk is over with. Now let's go out and play ball. It's hard to go undefeated in any sport, especially in football, any given Sunday. And you are now the hunted everybody. It doesn't matter what the record is. The Texans could be 0-16, but when they play the Philadelphia Eagles, that's a chance for them to be an undefeated team. So now we still getting everybody's best shot. But yes, we played a horrible game. We still had a chance to win. But like I said, that was a blessing in disguise because getting Sue and getting Joseph was probably the same kind of move that Howie Roseman did during the Super Bowl run when we got Ajayi midway through to go along with Blunt, Clement, and now Ajayi. So that running game was the reason why we was able to get a little bit further, but one little move. So now Sue and Joseph, we literally shut down Derrick Henry. 30 yards, 11 carries. This team came in hot. No team have scored more than 20 points on them. The Bengals, the Chiefs, it didn't matter. Philadelphia Eagles steamrolled through them because we stopped the run because of those guys. And now you give Fletcher Cox an opportunity to rest, to come in fresh. Hargrave, Sweat. If you watch that game on Sunday, I'm like, whoa. If this defensive line can stop the run and get to the quarterback, 6 sacks is crazy on any level, you know? So all because we lost to Washington. If we didn't lose to Washington, we would not be like we wouldn't have gone out and got Sue or Joseph. We would say, hey, we're good. Hey, why try to fix an undefeated team? Don't mess the continuity up. But we lost. It was the best thing that could happen for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So, JC, as Giant fans, we're very familiar, obviously, with Philadelphia, as we are with most of the teams in our division. Kind of give us a rundown for Sunday on offense. What should we expect the Eagles to do a lot of? What should we look for? What should we be concerned about?
So let me ask you this question, though. What are the Giants good at? Run defense or pass defense? Because whichever one they're good at, we going the opposite.
And that's because right now you're doing both very well.
Well, because this past Sunday, you saw how we was throwing the ball because the Titans had a top run defense. Right. We tried to run. We kept, we try to keep them all balanced a little bit, but Jalen Hurts had to throw us to victory. Yeah. The week before, the Green Bay Packers had a bad run defense. We ran for what 300 yards, like, some ridiculous amount, like 383, whatever it was. I mean, we ran through them. So whatever you're good at, Shane Steichen is going to put a game plan to go the opposite way. So if you're good at the pass, we're going to run through you. If you're good at stopping the run, we're just going to throw it out, air it out. So I haven't had a chance to dig into the Giants, where they rank defensively, passing and run defense, but definitely look. Like, we could go into this game, I don't care what we do. Like, it's just like whatever you're good at, we're going to do the opposite, and then that's where we're going to be successful at. So, do y'all happen to know, like, where y'all rank in run defense and pass defense?
I don't have the exact. Go ahead, Steve.
The problem is it's been a tale of two cities, as I said last week as a quote on our season, because we've had a tremendous number of injuries. Our top 2 corners are out. Adoree Jackson, easily this year, not just top 5, probably top 10, but probably top 5 cover corner. Now he doesn't play with the interceptions, but he's Wink and what that coaching staff on the defensive side have done with him and with the rest of our players. He supports the run as a corner better than any corner that I can think of other than maybe Jalen Ramsey. I mean, he's been phenomenal at that. So he's injured. Aaron Robinson was our number 2 corner. He's out for the season. So it's been like all practice squad signees, literally, and a couple of really young guys, draft picks. It's our defensive backfield is going to be a huge focus of attention in this next year's draft in the offseason. They have to rebuild that. I mean, Dory will still be here and he's awesome, but he's not playing. He's not healthy. So you guys can absolutely attack. That's where Wink, as a defensive coordinator, has been phenomenal this year. When we have Dexter Lawrence and Leo, they're the best 3-4 defensive tackles in football. I know there's a couple of amazing tandems, like the 2 guys in the middle in Washington, but they're 4-3. That's when you play a 4-3, as I'm sure you know, in a 3-4, your defensive tackles have 1 gap versus 2 gap. They're half the size of a 3-4 DT. I mean, they're what they do, and so the pressure the Giants get up the middle, and you can't run on them when they're in there. I promise you, you're not going to run up the middle on Leo and Dex. But the problem is, so what you guys are going to do, if you do still want to do that, is you're going to double team them, and our linebackers have issues. So our linebacking core is perhaps the worst in football. We have major issues with teams running on the outside of us, but now we got Aziz back. And he already had a sack last week in his first game in pressure. And then we got Thibodeau, who's finally healthy.
Yeah.
5 pressures 2 weeks ago, pressures and a sack this past week himself. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, to answer Carl's question, it's been a tale of two cities this year. If you look at our team when we were 6-1 versus the last X number of games when we've had a losing record, some things have been better, but some things have been worse. So I don't look, when you look at the Giants, don't look at this is how they are ranked this season.
Okay.
Nah, some things are actually worse, like some of our offense, our running game has gone to pot, but some of our defense has gotten better, actually. It depends. You know, you'd have to dig in a little bit with the Giants. And I think it becomes a personnel issue, right, Carl?
Yeah, and the problem is, as we saw, as the season's been going on, I don't want to make injuries as an excuse, but we're starting to give up more yards on the ground now. It just
No
looks like
doubts.
they're a little, and the defense seemed to be on the field forever this past week against Washington. So it looks like they're a little worn down now. The second half of our season, the schedule is brutal, and
Toughest in the NFL.
yeah, it's scary to see how the team is wearing down with some of these bigger games coming on. Let me come at you this way. Where are the weaknesses on your team? Give me the weaknesses on offense, and then give me the weaknesses on defense.
Special teams, like honest truth, like because
That's not what I asked, JC.
like hey, special teams, because our offense, like I said, all right. So for example, you said that in the middle, we cannot run in the middle. All right, cool. We're going to treat y'all like we did Dallas. All right, Dallas, we went at Micah Parsons. Like we ran towards that way. We threw towards Micah Parsons. So if Thibodeau is that guy that's coming, with the pressure, we're going to run at him. We're going to try to throw around him to take him out the picture. So the Philadelphia Eagles have a great way of adjusting to your best player, where the pressure is coming from. And also, we are one of the best run pulling team. Like Kelsey, after he stepped that ball, he's the leading blocker. So he's going to take whoever is on the end, along with Lane Johnson. So that's what I'm saying. On offense wise, we have no weakness. Yes, Dallas Goedert, big loss for us, but Jack Stoll and Calcaterra, the rookie out of, I think, MSU that the Philadelphia Eagles drafted, Jalen Hurts, ex-teammate, he's stepping up. Jack Stoll is stepping up. Quez Watkins now, he might not be able to play because he did hurt his shoulder. So I don't know how bad that is, because he is our speedster. He does take the top, off the defense, but we got Zach Pascal. You know what I mean? He started the season off strong. So now we replace Watkins with Zach Pascal. We still got Devontae and AJ. So offense, to me, we have no weakness. Our offensive line is outstanding. Jalen Hurts, RPO. So I think we're going to attack RPO. We're going to do a lot of RPO when it comes to playing the Giants because of your edge rushers. Because we're going to try to make y'all come at us and then dump it over the middle to Jack Stoll or Calcaterra, or go one-on-one with y'all corners, So, I could imagine the game plan. You said both of your corners are out. We might treat it just like the Tennessee Titans game. We went after those corners because their secondary was suspect. So Jalen Hurts have improved tremendously. So I don't see no weakness on offense. On defense, I would say
We guys have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And some guys are coming back, but
well, on defense, we only have one injury. That's it.
So
CJ Gardner. Yeah,
he's out.
Yeah, that's the only one. And then the rookie Blankenship, the past couple of weeks, he stepped in. He was ranked one of the highest safeties this past Sunday. Like he was number 4 out the whole league this past Sunday. So, I mean, if I would say a weakness, that might be our weakness, is our safety position. But besides that, our DBs shut down all over the place. And matter of fact, our slot corner might be an issue. Josiah Scott. If Maddox come back, which he's supposed to come back this game and got her next game. So I got to see how healthy he is coming back. but that would be so the safety in our slot corner that might be our weakness right there.
Got one guy coming off IR who, I mean, I don't want to be argumentative, but to me, the best run stopping defensive lineman you have on all season, it's inarguable. The two guys you got are off the scrap heap. And don't get me wrong, Linville was a Pro Bowler. He started his career in New York.
Yeah.
We never wanted him to leave. He was a monster. And Sue is Sue. We all know how great of a career he's had. But you're rookie Jordan Davis, man. And so he's been on IR. I think he was just activated 2 or 3 days ago, right?
Well, he played this past Sunday.
So he did play.
Yeah, he did play in the limited snaps. So he is back, but
So is he gonna start now? Because that's
no, he's not gonna start. He never did start because like the defensive line is so deep that he comes in and spurts, to give guys a rest. And that's what I'm saying. The rotation for this defensive line, like you have Fletcher Cox playing in. Your Fletcher Cox is playing DN with Sue, with Linville Joseph, and Josh Sweat. Like that's one package right there. And
now
and
let
then
me ask you,
Graham.
you got two other guys that I showed as still on IR, and I know they aren't like Robert Quinn was signed with the hopes that he would add some pass rush. He had, however many sacks last
He
year.
has done nothing for us.
But he's done nothing anyway. But the one guy that I think you guys did expect a lot is Derek Barnett's on IR. But his career has been like, so how big of a loss was Derek Barnett to you?
Zero. He's been on IR since week 1.
Okay.
Like, he's been on IR since week 1. So really, not at all. Like I forgot that we had him still. What I mean?
No, that's cool.
He was on the team. So I mean, the Eagles have 42 sacks. Like we're like top 3, top 4 in sacks. I know Dallas got like 49, whatever it is. So we're up there. So we're getting to the quarterback. So that's not going to be an issue getting to the quarterback. The problem is the Eagles are suspect when it comes to mobile quarterbacks because they're so aggressive sometimes. And as you saw, Tannehill, he was the leading rusher for the Tennessee Titans because we try to go with the 4-man rush. And if you can't get home with the 4-man rush on a mobile quarterback, and now he could definitely pick up a couple first down with his legs, especially the past couple of years. Remember that 80-yard scramble that tumbled on his own. So he could run. So he had burnt the Philadelphia Eagles before. So that is something that we're going to have to be mindful of. But we also have some faster linebackers. Kaiser White, that signing was big. Hassan Reddick, coming off the edge. I mean, so we got speed off the edge, and we got speed, at the linebacker position. So
CJ, you keep talking linebackers and speed. Carl, the one guy that you loved in the draft that we were like, when are we going to get him?
no Kobe
CJ,
Dean.
Yes, sir. That's the one.
And
this
week was the first week he finally got snaps, right?
Yes.
Well, because that's the thing. Like y'all said, the Philadelphia Eagles are so deep that we have talent we can't get on the field. Kobe Dean got a lot of snap last game because that game was a little bit out of hand, whatever. Trying to get
15
him
snaps, I think I read.
Yes, and he was impacting the game as soon as he came in. So it's just one of those things that fresh bodies, left and right, coming in on the defense. So
they don't even have to play their rookies, man.
I know. And here we're living and dying with ours. I know.
And then they got like 2 first-round picks again, or whatever. Come on, man. It's not fair.
yeah, right now the Saints pick is a top 5 pick. And of course, ours right now might be 32nd. But my gut feeling is this: if I know Howie, that first round Saints pick, he's not going to use it. He might push it down a little bit, grab another first round. He's going to will and deal.
That's the smart thing, man.
So, all right, JC, you got to give me something here. So,
hold on, my stomach's getting upset. I got to go take something for my upset stomach.
Yeah. If you're a defensive coordinator getting ready to face the Eagles, all right, what are you attacking?
Barkley, you have to.
No. If you're attacking the Eagles. So
if you're attacking the Eagles,
correct. How are you
on every team, just like for y'all, you have to stop the run. You have to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, your defense have no chance to get off the field.
Sure.
You know, like y'all will be tired by the third quarter, and there's a whole fourth quarter left. You know, y'all have to stop the run. If I am the defensive corners for the Giants, I'm sending pressure after Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go back to week 1, the Detroit Lion game. I mean, as soon the ball was midair, Hutchinson was back there. It was a game plan. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, we wasn't ready for this.
You guys could have lost that game.
Huh?
You guys could have lost that game.
Well, we could have, but also we had an 18-point lead. I hate when we have a lead, we start, backing off a little bit, because the Lions should never came back on us like that. So, just like the Cowboys. But at that time, we had problems scoring in the second half. But after our bye, we start, putting up points in the second half lately. Right now, we're number 3 in the league in points and over 28 points something. I think Dallas is number 1, and I think the Chiefs is number 2, whatever. And we're top 3 in points. But definitely, I'm sending the blitz. I'm making Jalen Hurts beat me with his arm. But when you send the blitz, a lot of bad things could happen. Tip balls, trying to rush, a sack, fumble, anything could happen. I'm definitely not going to let Jalen Hurts sit back there and be comfortable, because he have over like 3 games this year that team was like, you know what? Beat us with your arm. Show me what you got. And he torched them. So you can't do that. So you definitely have to go after Jalen Hurts. And at the same time, you're going to stop the run, because you're going to load the box. So that's how I would attack the Philadelphia Eagles. Load the box, send the blitz from everywhere. Don't be predictable. Change it, like show a cover 0 and then back everybody up. Make Jalen Hurts show me, hey, this is your second full year starting. Let's see how good you are in reading blitz, disguising where they're coming from. Try to speed him up.
And let's go with the other side of the ball. How are you then going to, if you're going to attack, you're now an offensive coordinator. What are you going to do here? What is Steve, you know what I'm trying to say here?
I'm the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, you're the Giants offensive coordinator.
Okay.
How are you attacking the Eagles defense?
Thank you, Steve. Couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, I'm throwing a lot of screens. Aggressive defense, a way to beat an aggressive defense. You throw screens left and right, tight end screens, running back screen, wide receiver screens, and then bait them in, and then go over the top once in a while. But you cannot try to throw everything underneath. Push them back. All right. So push them back. I know y'all ain't got the wide receivers, but still, Bradbury, this is a revenge game for him. He's going to be hyped. He might be, accessible to a double move. So you never know, even though it really haven't happened this year, but he's going to be all hyped up. So, but yeah, definitely screens and aggressive defense. You run screens, you make them think twice, before they rush the line, before they come after you. So
TJ, I want to be rude. Can I just interrupt? Just because it's so fascinating, and Carl, if it's okay, the Giants have one decent receiver, Derek. So when Slayton is our deep threat, are you going to have Slay or Bradbury? Should we as Giants fans expect they're just going to put him, stick him and just have him stay on him, cover him one-on-one? Or are they going to switch back and forth? Because the Giants he's not like this amazing route runner. He doesn't have the most amazing hands. He's just really fast. He's gotten much better this year. But he's also Carl, number 2 in the NFL or in drops, 15% drops rate. So
yeah.
He had 90 yards this past weekend, but he should have had 140.
Right.
So are you guys going to cover him one-on-one with one of your 2 guys? What can we expect you're going to do to him to take him away? Because he's our one wide receiver that can be productive. But I'm sure you guys are going to do something to lock him down.
If I'm the Giants, I'm putting a Slade in the slot. I'm putting Slayton in the slot, because that's our weakness right there. Do not try to go 12 games of it. 12. I watched the Eagles play for 12 games. These corners, Bradbury and Slay, is not going to give up the big play. So the slot position is where I would attack, on the Philadelphia Eagles. I would, because look, they're going to play one-on-one. They're not going to get a lot of safety help because Blankenship and Epps, they're going to try to play Barkley, try to, play the run, just like they did with Derrick Henry. You saw a lot of DBs. You saw Slay coming in there, crashing in there, because we knew that going into this game, it was going to take a team effort. You're not going to take down Henry by yourself. And Barkley is almost the same way, but he's more shiftier than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will run through you. Barkley would try to make you miss and juke and jump. And so it's going to take a whole team to stop him. But I'm definitely attacking the slot. I'm attacking the slot. So that's their weakness.
You guys covered tight ends well because we got Bellinger back, thank goodness. He's been an excellent rookie, but he was out for a number of games because of the vicious eye injury he had in Jacksonville. But the Giants have always been one of the worst teams at covering tight ends. You guys have fast linebackers. You're good at covering tight ends, yeah?
Yeah. Well, the middle could be like, if you watch the Colts game and the Packers game, what killed us is a slant. Because for some odd reason, Jonathan Gunn, he still want to play Bradbury and Slay, 5 to 10 yards, depending on situation. Slants, if Daniel Jones could throw this quick slants, y'all can move the ball. Y'all could really move the ball. The middle is where y'all going to have your success, not on the outside.
Carl, I think that answers your question.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so it seems like that seam right down the middle should be there if we attack it properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easier said than done.
I mean, it happened this past Sunday. This their tight end, a 40-something yard reception right down the middle. So, I mean, the middle is the only weakness I see on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Austin Hooper, right? I think was that Austin Hooper.
No, it was, well, he had some big plays too, but it was somebody else. Number 83. I think he probably was.
They got a rookie, I think, a rookie tight end. I think.
Yes, he gashed us with a big play, a 42-yarder. So definitely attack the middle. Just stay away from the outside. 1 and 3, number 1 and 3 in the whole NFL when it comes to targeting Bradbury and Slate on the outside. These passes are getting incomplete, or picked, so, but it's been a while since Bradbury and Slate had a pick. They both just stuck on 3.
But because Gardner Johnson was eating it up. He was 6
interceptions,
right? 6
interception, led the NFL. But next man up, next man up. And thank God that it was only one injury and not like 1, 2, 3. And now we got to change everything up. So it's a lot easier to plug one person in than try to change the whole system.
So JC, we know you got to run soon. So very quickly, and go easy on us here. Give us a prediction for Sunday.
All right, like the score prediction, yards, like what y'all want?
Sure, I don't need to know all the fine details. Just
all right. All right. I really see this game because it's a divisional game. It's a divisional game. It's unpredictable. It might be a nasty game last minute, but I see this game being like, if y'all can't stop the run, 31-17. But if y'all can stop the run, I see this game being 24-18 type of game.
Steve?
You go first, Carl. I got this for the first time all season. I got to think about this for a minute.
Yeah. 33-20 Philadelphia.
33-20. Okay. All right. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so I had a score that immediately popped in my mind, but it upset me. So I said, you go first, but I'm going to stick to the score. 38-21 Philadelphia.
Yeah.
38-21.
Yeah.
like, so y'all saying that divisional games, because look, we saw the Commanders, right? We saw the Commanders, they played the Eagles hard. We saw the Cowboys. So y'all throwing the division, opponent out the window. Y'all just going just based off talent and, Eagles got the better roster. That's y'all score? Or, I mean, divisional opponent is hard. It's
The
hard.
Giants, if the Giants, so let me put it straight. Like, if we had a Dory last week, we would have won that game. And in the NFL, when you have I think we have the best coaching staff in football. Dable should still win Coach of the Year. It's either him or Pete Carroll. I mean, but
Stop.
yeah, man. What Pete Carroll,
it.
what Pete Carroll did in Seattle's ridiculous. It's stupid.
But what Nick Sirianni did since that flower speech last year, 18-3 since that speech. This dude, like, I mean,
Howie Roseman is the best GM in football, and it's not just that he's the best GM in football. What he has done there is breathtaking. But you had to look far and wide to find anyone who predicted more than 4 wins for the Giants. And even the best Giants fans.
I agree. Yeah,
I mean, so
and you were a playoff team last year too.
Yeah, but that was like an ugly, like we was 2-5, right? And then we started running the ball, and
don't ask Cal, JC. They don't ask Cal.
Was Sirianni the coach when you guys drafted Jalen Hurts?
No, he wasn't.
No. And how did your team and your fans react when you guys drafted Jalen Hurts?
We booed him.
They wanted to lynch him, man. They were like,
yeah,
Howie, we should Fidgy for him. Like, what were you thinking? And look how that worked out. Like, that man is a genius.
But nobody saw Carson Wentz, like imploding like that either, though. I mean, this dude was literally coming off of dragging the Philadelphia Eagles to the playoffs. The only quarterback in NFL history to throw for 4,000 yards, none of his wide receivers are over 500. So he just came off of doing that, and a cheap shot in the playoffs took him out. And then we went, instead of trying to give him some help, like a wide receiver, we went and got his replacement that might not even played. So it's just like the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation, right? Instead of getting him wide receivers and talent, they went and got a quarterback that haven't played in 3 years. So that's what we thought was going to happen. But nobody saw this Carson Wentz coming and weak-minded. I want to trade. Let me go home, and he crying and pouting. So we didn't see that coming. But everything happened for a reason.
What Howie Roseman has done there, man, is ridiculous. It's just stupid. The depth and the moves and the draft trades. And anyway, I'm just saying, if we had a Dory, the point I was trying to make is, and I truly, truly believe this, and I've read it in a bunch of places too. If we had a Dory last week, we would have won that game in all likelihood. It really was that big of a difference. What Terry McLaurin was able to do and the missed tackles. It was a difference of literally 2 to 4 plays, and we won the game. And you can always say that, but so my point is, just last week, we went 6-1, not just because of who we played. We beat some good teams. We beat Green Bay. We beat Tennessee. I mean, they're not world beaters this year.
The Ravens.
Good teams. We beat the Ravens. Thank you. With Lamar. And their tight end was healthy. So how did we do that? Coaching. But we were healthy, brother. We were healthy. And the problem is we have no depth whatsoever.
Right.
We only have, so my concern this weekend is, like, Leonard Williams came out after Carl, what was it, maybe 30 snaps with a sore neck. He was having neck issues recently.
Right.
I mean, if you take out one of your starting defensive tackles, what do you guys do? You go sign 2 more. The Giants don't even have any salary cap room to go do that.
Right.
The Giants have 0 depth, and it's okay. We're in a rebuild. And if you had told Giants fans we'd be 7-4 in a rebuild, they'd be like, "Oh my God, are you on crack? That's impossible."
Right.
We're having a blessed season.
Yeah.
But if we were healthy, I think most Giants fans would have told you, especially when we were 6-1, yeah, we might beat Philadelphia this year. At least 1 out of the 2 games for sure. But now, man, it's a tall, Carl, right? It's a tall task with the
Yeah.
roster right
You know,
now.
we have been dealing with a lack of quality depth all season. It's just been lying under the surface, and the wins kind of help cover that up. But it's, as the season has gone on and the injuries are mounting up, we're starting.
One after another, after another.
Yeah, and next man up only seems to get you so far. This is just the wrong spot at the wrong time for our team right now. And
We had played them game 4 or 5 or whatever. I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna beat them.
yeah.
Not that we
And-
will beat them, but we got a shot. Now,
I mean, look at it this way. We were in the game on Thanksgiving for at least 3 quarters.
Y'all were.
And but
we were leading at halftime.
they wore down there too. So
Yeah, but that 4th and 1,
uh,
that missed conversion to me, a lot of things could have happened. If Barkley would have caught that, who knows? Y'all might what? Y'all could have went and tied the game, right? Well,
he had the whole field. He had the entire, and I think, would we have?
And you know
tied
what, Carl?
taken a lead?
Carl, and maybe we can leave it here, CJ. That is the epitome of what's going on this year with the Giants. They have to be perfect. So Daniel didn't make a perfect throw.
Yeah.
And then you can say, well, Saquon should have caught it. But as amazing as Saquon's been in a bounce back year, he wasn't perfect catching it.
Right.
It's like everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And you
Snapshot of our
can
season.
only do that so much in the NFL, right, man? It's like,
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Well, JC,
Yeah.
look, we appreciate you coming on with us tonight, giving us some time. Loved having you, loved talking football with you. And I'm gonna be nice and say, all right, well, wish you luck Sunday and
just not against them.
yeah, hopefully we get to talk again during the season, buddy.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, thank you for inviting me to your platform, man. Hey, once again, man, if y'all listening, man, whatever fan y'all are, man, go check out these guys, man, on all their platform. Because look, like I said, they put in the work. It's not easy doing what we do as a community. The YouTube community, content creator wise, is very, very small. So that's why it's important to support each other, regardless, of what team you root for, as long as you keep it respectful, like I started this YouTube journey last year, right before the draft. So, and it does take time. It does take time away from your family, your friends, your loved ones. But definitely, man, go show support. I'm already following them on Twitter, definitely gonna follow them on YouTube. So y'all should do the same thing.
And we advise the same of our followers and listeners to give JC a follow, check him out, give him a listen, follow him. Good guy, good stuff, and sure you won't be disappointed. So, JC, again, all the respect to you for everything. Thank you so much. Good luck Sunday, and we'll talk again soon, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You got it. Steve, have a good night.
You as well.